Welcome to this lesson on the conditions for mean inference. In statistics, before we can calculate confidence intervals or perform hypothesis tests for a mean, we must ensure certain rules are met. These rules ensure our calculations are valid and trustworthy. First, let's understand what we are doing. Mean inference is the process of taking a small sample, shown here as the orange circle, and using it to estimate the truth about the entire population, the big blue circle. Because we only have a piece of the puzzle, we rely on probability. If we violate the mathematical rules of probability, our results will be meaningless. The first condition is randomness. Your data must come from a simple random sample or a randomized experiment. This is crucial because it prevents bias. If your sample is hand-picked or convenient, it won't look like the population, and no amount of math can fix that. The second condition is independence. Mathematically, one data point shouldn't influence another. When we sample without replacing items, we check the 10% rule. We must ensure our sample size, n, is less than 10% of the total population size. Capital N, this keeps the probabilities stable. The third and often most complex condition is normality. We need the sampling distribution of the sample, mean, to follow a normal curve. This can happen in one of two ways. Either the population itself is normal or our sample size is large enough. Let's look at the specific scenarios. Scenario A is the easiest. If you are told that the parent population is normal, then your sample means will always be normal. It doesn't matter if you take a sample of 5 or 50. A normal parent produces normal children. Scenario B is when the population shape is unknown or skewed. Here, we rely on the central limit theorem. If your sample size n is greater than or equal to 30, the sampling distribution will be approximately normal, regardless of the population's shape. 30 is the magic number here. Scenario C is the tricky one. What if the population shape is unknown and your sample size is less than 30? You must graph your sample data. If a dot plot or box plot shows no strong skewness and no outliers, it is safe to proceed. If you see strong skew or outliers, the procedures may not be valid. To wrap up, always check these 3 boxes before calculating. 1. Is the sample random? 2. Is the sample less than 10% of the population to ensure independence? And 3. Is the normal condition met via the population shape, the large count of 30, or a check of the sample data?
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.